Hello, Joseph. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Okay. So, give me a little insight on who you are, where you come from, and what's going on.
Cool. Okay. Well, I originate from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I recently graduated from Colgate University, where I studied art and biology. Right now, I'm in the Master of Fine Arts program at the Pratt Institute, and I've been living in Brooklyn for about a year. These all images are from some studying abroad I did in Australia and some backpacking I did in New Zealand, Thailand, Indonesia, and a little in Singapore.
Okay, well, let's explain some of them to me, like this one here.
Sure. This one is actually an image from the capital of Australia, Canberra. The building is part of the Capitol building in Australia. It's a really modern-looking geometrical building. And I just happened to capture this crow while I was sitting on it.
So what were you thinking when you did that?
Basically, a lot of this photography is just based on my wandering around and looking for some specific compositions. A lot of times my work is governed by the composition. So yeah, I tend to just come across things that attract me in some specific way. A lot of times it's a combination of composition, color, texture.
So this is a part of your whole composition here, the sets.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is really interesting here. This one here.
Yeah, this one is from. It's a trip I did with the senior art department, the senior art class of my graduating year at Colgate. It's in Montreal, and it's actually at the corner of a loading dock where the padding was coming apart. And it's another example of work that I took simply because of the texture and the composition. And so that's really what leads this type of work. All the work here is basically from just me wandering around and things attracting my eye in an artistic way.
So I like now this black and white one here on the side here.
Yeah.
Okay, now what was going on here?
This was on a ferry trip from the South Island to the North Island in New Zealand. And I just happened, a lot of times my work centers around a solitary figure or a solitary focal point. The crow, for example, this one, the solitary boat, one over here with the solitary cat, or the trees a lot of times. I like doing the expansive landscapes with a solitary figure to really capture that specific mood. You have the simultaneous expansiveness and then the solitary object.
I see. And I like this one over here with color. This one here.
Yeah. It's another example of like the loading dock where it's basically just a composition I came across that attracted me. And the shadow from, I don't even know what this is, some kind of electrical cords, cables here. And the shadow is really what attracted me because it looked like someone had left flowers on the corner for some reason. And it happened to be that way from the way the cables were coming out.
And so you got the one next to it.
Yeah, this one is from Christchurch, New Zealand. Here, obviously, the complementary blue, yellow colors, and this kind of bad graffiti cover-up job was really what attracted me. I really like facades. I like flattened space. All three of these images here are kind of demonstrations of flattened space with compositions that I just happen to come across. And a friend of mine commented on how my photography tends to be painterly. I look at real space in a painterly way, and for these three especially that's the case because it's a flattened space that I notice a specific composition in.
Oh, okay, that's very nice. Let's go over to the other side and see what you got going on there. Okay.
So here's two more examples of images that capture a flattened space with a specific composition. This was a large metal wall that was blocking off a construction site in Bangkok. And I just liked the random swirls of color from this bright sky and then buildings on the other side of the street that were this kind of terracotta color.
And that was and this would take place where in
Bangkok, Thailand.
Bangkok.
Yep.
Fantastic.
This is also Thailand, but it's Phuket, which is southern Thailand. And I just was immediately attracted to both the wall and kind of the markings on the wall and this sharp shadow, and then obviously this colorful stack of baskets from a market.
That's it.
Yeah, this is one of I think probably the only piece in the show that photographs work that I did in the real space. While I was on this beach, I found all these brown glass bottles and decided to collect them and make this composition and then photograph that. And this figure is actually a tour guide of mine who had helped me clean the bottles and helped me with this piece, and then was running back to the boat to come get me with the boat. That's the boat I was on.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. I love your work. Love your work.
Thank you.
Okay, Joseph. Well, thank you for being on the show, and we're gonna stay in touch and see what else you're doing.
All right, great.
So what do you have going on? What's your website? Tell my audience your website.
My website is Joseph Madres, Madres, .30art.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any other projects you got going on?
Yeah. I believe the 14th or sometime in the next couple weeks, I'll be showing some photographic work at the Havana Outpost in Fort Greene, and possibly either in late fall or winter of this year, I'll be showing some sculpture work here at Eon Logic Gallery.
Okay, you're gonna let us know, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, thank you for being on the show,
Thank
and we'll keep in touch.
All right.